Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to my channel. Please like, share, subscribe, comment if you would like. You can leave donations that's in the description box below. But this is your general read, Sagittarius, for the month of July. Woo! Sag, I already pulled out the energy. I already started sitting with the cards and sitting with you guys' energy for July. Baby, come on. Let's talk about this. Sag, let's talk. Okay, here we go. In your current situation is the Four of Wands. In your obstacle, Four of Pentacles. Your conscious mind, the Hierophant. Your subconscious, Ten of Wands. Your recent past, Page of Cups. Your near future, Page of Wands. And the Page of Pentacles. In your attitude placement is the Two of Cups. So you're dedicated to something, very committed. This is the Judgment card, which is in your environment. Your hopes and fears is this Four of Cups energy that I have here. And then sorry, I dropped my card. Give me a second so I can pick it up. Okay, sorry, I dropped it. The Nine of Swords. It's not looking good for you, Sagittarius. I'm not even going to hold you up. Whoever I'm speaking with, whoever this resonates with, it could be a Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Venus, because my Venus come out heavy in my readings. I notice too, so you could be Sun, Moon, or Venus. It could be rising too, but my Venus come out more than anything, especially if you believe in love and if you are connected to Christianity. Your Venus will come out more than anything. So my Venus is in Aquarius, so my Aquarian energy come out through all my readings. I notice I resonate with more of the Aquarius readings when I get my readings. So if you are a Sagittarius in Venus, this could resonate with you too. So Sun, Moon, and Venus is more of my community here. And you know, we're all the signs, so, but I'm just saying, if you know your chart and you know your chart is, your placement for Venus is in Sagittarius, this could be your reading. It's not looking good, Sagittarius, for you at all. You start off with all this good energy, and it seems like it's good, but it's not. Like I told you, I already have some stuff written down because I meditated on your energy. Sagittarius, you're holding on to something that isn't of value. It says you need to let go of some kind of stocks, bonds, some kind of commodity or assets. Something that is whatever. All money ain't good money. Let's just say that all assets and good access, all things that we like to hold on to and harbor, is because that's a sign of greediness. That means you're being greedy. So, and for everything to be going around in the world, is certain things that you shouldn't be holding on to because it's meant for somebody else. And if you hold on to it, which you are holding on to something that's of value, like a stock, a bond, commodity, or assets, it's killing you spiritually and mentally and physically, and more emotionally and spiritually, it's killing you. It is killing you. Whatever you're holding on to, it could be stocks, bonds, something valuable, commodities, assets. It is killing you spiritually and emotionally, and you need to cut it out. You need to let it go. Period. You are not happy with your work. You're doing all the work. You're in a partnership where you're doing all the work. You're doing everything. It could be a partnership / relationship. What I'm really picking up here is that you're married, or you just got out of a marriage, or you are married. Mostly that you are married and you're talking to other people and you're seeing someone else, and not only are you indulging in romantic activities with this particular person, but you're also trying to do business with this particular person. And with you trying to be so greedy, because that's what I'm picking up here, a heavy or somebody that's greedy and want everything. Spirit is saying is draining you spiritually and emotionally, mostly, and you're doing everything. Even in your marriage, you're taking on everything. If you're not in a marriage or you've been with somebody that's like 7 years or more, that I would pick that up as a marriage, even if it's not on paper. But you have a child with this person, whoever you're married to or been with the longest, you have a child with this person, and you still do everything. What? Okay, we're not even going to get into that. But you're not happy. But Spirit said you cannot blame nobody but yourself because you took on all that responsibility. You're not placing responsibilities onto people. You're not trusting no one. And it comes from a sacral chakra wound when you were a child. Your sacral chakra was wounded in some type of way when you were a child. And you lack self-love. This is why all of this is coming up. This is why you're greedy. You want everything. This is why you don't trust nobody. This is why you're raising, even though it took another human being to have this baby with, you are doing everything by yourself because you don't trust nobody, because you don't trust yourself. You don't even trust your choices. So you're double checking everything. You're doing everything and micromanaging everything. I'm getting Virgo energy here, and that's Virgo's natural energy. This is not your natural energy. Sagittarius is supposed to be carefree and bubbly. This is not your energy. Let me calm down because this is really crazy. And I'm feeling overwhelmed. It says that you're doing so much until you're overwhelmed. And then when you mess up, you have nobody but to blame for yourself. And then you kick yourself in the butt even more when you mess up because you don't give yourself enough room to be human. We all err. And not only are you doing all this, raising a kid, in a marriage, doing a business partnership, but you in another relationship with somebody else. And then your child on top of that is spoiled. You have, I don't like to call children spoiled, but you have a child that gets everything that they want. If he or she wants something, you're going to give it to them. And this comes from your sacral chakra wounding as a child. This comes from your lack of whatever you saw as a lack as a child. Whatever happened to you, you may have been sexually abused as a child. I don't know, but this is some kind of sacral chakra wounding here that causes you to be greedy, that causes you not to trust, that causes you to act out and to micromanage everything. And this is running you in a drought emotionally and spiritually, and then you holding on to access that you I'm sorry, I can't even get the word out because I'm so overwhelmed with your energy. You're holding on to assets. They are yours on paper, but spiritually, they're not yours. You need to let it go. You're holding on to things that you can't even manage as a human being because when you have a child, it's other aspects of your life you have to let go. See, when I had children, I was never a partying type. But I imagine when you start having children, you cannot party all the time like you want to. You cannot go out when you want to, especially if you just had a new baby. Your breasts are going to be expressing milk. So, Sagittarius, baby, what you doing out here in these streets? You need to be healing. You need some self-love. Spirit said, you guys, the particular person I'm talking to, you have a mental illness and you need to be in, I'm just telling you what Spirit is saying. You need to be in the psych ward. You are literally crazy. You are crazy. I'm just going to put it out there. And it's not in a good way. It's in a very evil, demonic way. You're having nightmares. And then you get into this new partnership / business-ship, the person you were being romantic with the business ship, and you still doing all the work, and then you're even bored with this person because you need that self-love. You're even bored with this person. You're all over the place, Sagittarius, and then you're at no place. And it's in a negative way. It's not even in a positive way. You may be talking to your, trying to connect with parents or siblings that live a distance away from you. That could be very healing for you, but it's only going to be healing to a point because you really need to get in there and clean out that work in your subconscious. And you're messaging this person back and forth. Of course, you're messaging because you're having sending romantic texts and business texts to this person. Ooh, and you're obsessed with this person. This is why the business deal is gonna fall through because you're obsessed. I'm recording. You're obsessed with this person. You're obsessed with this person you're doing business with, and when you are greedy, everything gonna slip through your hand because you're like this. I don't even know how to even. You need to go to a psych ward. You need to go see a therapist, a psychiatrist, something. You even having nightmares. By the end of this month, by the end of July, beginning of August, you're either going to end up in the psych ward or need to be in the psych ward, or you're just going to be consumed with so much negativity that, baby, you ain't going to be able to deal with life. And even that business deal that you was working in, it falls through. It falls all the way through. And it ended up being a weak financial offer, and you invested all this time, money, and energy into this. And you could have given it to somebody else to do, and it wouldn't have been a big deal. But now you probably missed out on more money, more opportunities. First of all, because you're holding on to assets that don't belong to you. Those commodity stocks, bonds don't even belong to you. Physically they do, spiritually they don't. And now you see how greed is causing you to self-sabotage yourself? You're self-sabotaging because you're greedy. You won't let nobody in. You won't let nobody do nothing. Your child is even a brat. Yes, I said it because Spirit said it's right here. Your child is even a freaking brat. Your child is no good. That's and the child itself, the child without you is a beautiful human being and can be molded into a beautiful human being going forward. But because you have sacral chakra wounds that you're not healing, so you're projecting onto your child because you're the one raising your child, and then you won't let nobody else have a say into the raising your child, even though you had this child with someone else, but you won't let that person put their 2 cents in. You won't let that person say, hey, this is how that needs to be done. You will end up running yourself into the ground, either going crazy or passing out from exhaustion. That's what I'm getting here. Or really just being in a coma because your body needs rest. Your emotions need rest. Your psyche needs rest. And you need to deal with this mess that's in your psyche. You have a lot of stuff to deal with. You have 10 ones here. And Spirit says much more, but these are the 10 things that's holding you back from getting to that other part that really needs to be dealt with. And that's your sacral chakra. I can't make it up. Look on the card. This card tells you what chakra, root chakra and sacral chakra, red or orange, you want to call it, whatever you want to call that. Both of them go hand in hand. You really need to get yourself together, Sagittarius, because you're going to end up in a coma, passed out from exhaustion, and either way, your body is going to get the rest that it needs. But what I'm concerned about here more so is your psyche, the things that you keep buried, that you don't want nobody to know, but yet people know because you're acting out in all these different ways. So it's really not a secret. You're the only one in denial. This is craziness. You need to see a therapist. You need to really dig deep into that subconscious mind and clear up all that negativity, all this stuff. And you need to stop holding on to stuff that spiritually don't belong to you. It don't belong to you. It's some kind of bond that you made with somebody as a child. Maybe somebody that sexually assaulted you, could have been a family member, but you bonded with this person. And not only did you bond with them, you don't even see them as a predator anymore. And that's the problem. That is the problem here. They are a predator. No matter, you can love somebody, but you don't have to love what they do. But it's almost like you love that you're in love with the fact that they did this to you, and that's sick. That is sick. Spirit is telling me to move on, and I'm going to move on because I don't want to just sit here and just make you feel bad. But the more I sit here and sit with your energy, the more I see the problem. Shoot, you can email me and I give you my number. You can call me and I can tell you some things, a 2 or 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 10. Let the Spirit give me a flower for Sagittarius, a flower or 2, whatever. Ooh, dangerous pleasure. See, it's a tube rose. It's a dangerous pleasure. The secret of reaping the greatest fruitfulness and the greatest enjoyment in life is to live dangerously. And that's exactly what you're doing. But this is in a negative way. This is not in a positive way. And if this is what's in your conscious mind, this is what you think, because I don't agree with this saying, but if this is what you think, that you have to live dangerously, if this is Spirit saying this is what's in your root chakra, I was looking for some positivity, and it's saying your problem with the whole thing, not even what I just said, the sacral chakra room, yes, that abuse and that wounding is there, but that your whole that has warped you into thinking to live, to get excitement, to get joy, and to a passion, and to get all this great fortune, or whatever you want to your abundance to be, however you think of abundance. You think it's supposed to be in a dangerous way, and it don't have to be. It could be in a safe way. Even your flower came. I never had a flower to come out negative like that. Ooh, Spirit. Okay. You got the red rose too. So you got what was the other one? The tube rose, and you got the red rose. The red rose says hidden secrets. 3 things cannot be long hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. And that's Buddha. I agree with that quote. Sweet William. Grant me a single smile. Sweet William has a form and aspect bright, like the sweet flower that yields great joy, delight. Abraham Crowley. I don't know what that means to you, but to me, for anything that I want to manifest, or any kind of deals or partnership, it has to be a win-win for me. The person I'm getting a deal from has to win, and the person that's giving me a deal, I myself have to win. And when it's not like that, that's why you get the rejection at the end of the month. That's why you in this Night of Swords at the end of the month, because you feel like, oh my God, all this work I put in. That's why you need help. Else you would have been able to see that wasn't a good offer. You're blinded by your own greed. You're bounded by your own greed. Now, I didn't even do this for the other signs, but I just want some positivity for you, and I really want Spirit to give some positivity. So I got my lighted gold pathway oracle cards out. Yes, I read oracle cards as well. Ooh, see? Now, here we go. Here go the meat. Be considerate. You might be missing out something. You might be missing out something. That's what it says. Go through your plan again and give it to a check to make sure something works perfectly. I don't know why they worded it this way. You might be missing out on something. Go through your plan again and give it a check to make sure things are working perfectly. Be considerate. Clearly, you need this advice, because at the end, Spirit no, spirit no. Set boundaries. This province protects you from absorbing too much energy into unnecessary energies and preserve your true state of mind. See, when you have an over act of anything when they're dealing with your chakras, that means you're absorbing others' energy as well. And Spirit is saying set boundaries. When you set boundaries, then you're not going to absorb anyone else's energy. You're like, okay, this is my boundary line here. If something is outside your boundary line, you're like, okay, this something entered my, that's how you know something entered your atmosphere, your 12 spiritual bodies. I ain't preaching. I'm going to let you guys go. But Sagittarius, I pray and I'm hoping and I'm sending you, I don't want to say blessings because blessed means to be less. I'm sending you favor, protection, and boundaries and considerate energy. Okay? So, Sagittarius, I don't want you to end up in a psych ward. I don't want you to feel like you have to be ran into the ground to feel like you achieved something. I don't want you to be on the line of danger like that. You don't need to sacrifice that much of yourself because you need some for yourself. That's why you need self-love. And that being said, Sagittarius, I'm out. Peace.